Hello everyone, welcome to Lamina Nails. In this video, I'll be trying out the Korean nail trend that's going around. Um, I tried to film my left hand, but it just, the I couldn't find the videos, and I just decided to go ahead and film my right hand. So, starting off by painting 3 nails with this Born Pretty Jelly Nude in JN10. This is a neutral nude. It's very sheer. And it's just to cover up the base of my nails. I did file my nails down. There is an extension on several of them, so that what you're seeing is still the leftovers from when I previously built up my nails. So once I'm done painting that, that goes into the lamp for 30 seconds. And then I'm going in with Model 1's gel polish in 0910, and this is a lilac-y lavender purple. It's a different color in person than what it's showing on camera. It is more blue leaning than what's showing. I go ahead and paint 2 fingers completely with this, and then this does go into the lamp for a full minute, and I recommend that with all Model 1's polishes that are opaque, because they won't cure otherwise if you don't leave them in for a full minute. 2 coats of that purple color, and then each coat gets a full minute in the lamp. Now, I'm going to take that same color and create a gradient on the other 3 nails. And I'll be using a sponge to create that gradient, just applying the polish halfway down the index finger and pinky finger, and then halfway up the thumb, and then just blending that to create that very, very simple gradient. And then this one can either go into the lamp for a full minute or for 30 seconds, since it is on the sheer side. They did end up with 2 coats each, just to make sure that they were pretty solid. This is the thumb. The thumb is just as easy to do as the other fingers when it comes to the gradient. Just apply it as you normally would, but just stopping halfway and then blending that out. Then into the lamp for 30 seconds, of course. And then I'm going all over all my nails with the base gel from Model 1's, and this is just to create a sticky layer for the next step. So base gel into the lamp for 30 seconds to a minute, and then moving on to the next step. You will need the tacky layer for the next step, so don't wipe it off. I have some purple iridescent powder, and I'm going to apply it over those gradient nails, like the entire nail, and then only halfway down the 2 solid nails. And this is why you need that sticky layer, to make sure that this powder actually adheres to the gel. I did use a sponge. I used a brush with this because I felt it was easier than with my fingers, and I wanted a thinner layer this time, so I just used a brush. And I'm going in with Lily Cute Rainbow Cat Magnetic Gel in LC R05, and this is a purple and blue gel polish. It has purple and blue glitter in it, and it moves with a magnet. It also has like a black glitter in it, as well as a little bit of a black color to the actual gel. So I just applied this halfway down the nail, blended it out a little bit with that sponge again, and then I'm going in with that magnet to move it in place. And I did this on all of the gradient nails. So I'm going in here with Model 1's gel polish top coat, and this is to ensure that there aren't any sticky spots when I do the final top coat. You can use base gel, you can use any like rhinestone glue if you want, but I'm just using the top coat. And I'm going in with some AB and clear crystal rhinestones, just creating a random pattern, sort of one that diffuses as it reaches the tip. But basically this was just a very simple assortment of rhinestones. I do change it slightly as I'm going along just to spread it out to see what it is that I like. So it does end up getting spread out. And I do put a few of those ABs near the end to add a little bit of color. On the other nail, I just used one very large teardrop shaped pointy back rhinestone and some of the chain that I'll be using later on to wrap around it. On the thumb, I'm using Born Pretty's reinforcement gel and a holographic teddy gummy bear. This is a black one with the holographic over it, and I use the reinforcement gel to provide a pretty thick base, and I do go around the like arms and the ears, filling in that gap so that like my hair or anything won't get caught underneath it. So you do want to make sure if you're using those teddy bears or anything large to go ahead and fill any gaps so that it won't get caught on anything. And I go over the entire nail, including the teddy bear, with Modelones One's gel polish top coat, just to lock it in place. And also the bears do get scuffed easily, so you do want to top coat the bears just to prevent that iridescent or a holographic layer from being scratched off. And then that goes into lamp for a full minute as well. So next I'm using Modelones One's gel polish base coat and a metal chain that I got off of AliExpress to go around the nail to sort of create like a frame. So it's pretty easy. You just go around and hit it with a UV light for a couple seconds to make sure it's in place, and then keep wrapping it around until you're complete. And then when you're complete, I do recommend sticking that into the lamp for a full minute just to make sure that every part of it is cured with that lamp. And then you could just take some cuticle nippers or nail clippers to just snip off what you don't need off of that chain. So there I have the entire sort of like border, as I was talking about, the frame. And I'm going in with Modelones One's gel polish base coat again, and these little holographic stars, these like little sparkly looking holographic glitter pieces. And I'm just filling in that little frame. And now this will need several layers of top coat or base coat to remove that sort of rocky layer. But that goes into the lamp for 30 seconds, and then it gets another layer. I think I applied the base coat 3 times, and each time it went into the lamp for 30 seconds just to thicken it up so that those points weren't sticking out anymore. Take the same holographic glitter onto my index finger and my pinky finger. And once again, you'll need to top coat those pretty thick in order to cover up the points there so that they aren't sticking out. And then into lamp for 30 seconds. Now here's that layer again. I went on extra thick with that base coat, and then I do recommend, if you do this extra thick, to hold your hand upside down before you stick it into the lamp so that it will level, and then that goes into the lamp for a full minute. So here you can see there's still some points that are sticking out on all of them, so I do go over with one more layer of that base coat, and I hold my hand upside down to level it downward and into the lamp for a full minute. And then lastly, I go over with that Modelones One's top coat and put that into the lamp for a full minute. So for that chain finger, I do recommend going around the chain and making sure to sort of like level it off so that the chain doesn't get caught on anything. Like, make sure to be extra careful when coating over that chain. Into lamp, you know, for a full minute, and make sure that it gets all angles. So lastly, with that rhinestone finger, I do go in with a brush and that top coat to go around the sides of all the rhinestones. I didn't want to go over the top because it would lose its facets if you go over the top with some of those crystals. So just careful, and then into the lamp for a full minute. And lastly, I do apply some cuticle oil here just to finish it. And so this is sort of my version of those pretty popular Korean nails that are going around. Of course, they're shorter, they're a little more manageable, they're not as blinged out as some of those videos, but I just thought this was fun. So I hope that you liked this video, and I want to thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye bye.